Next up at UFC Macau, we have Kiru Sahota. And which is so funny is somebody commented, I came here for the pronunciations, and Angelo turned Kiru into a Japanese man. I don't know how to say Sahota without it sounding
Sahota.
Japanese. Nope, that's Japanese. See? He's Indian. So, good luck. Kiru Sahota. 12-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is riding a 3-fight win streak, taking on Hoon Choi, 8-0 in his career. He is undefeated with 5 decisions. Kiru Sahota is like, the comparison I made is Dalsim from Street Fighter, the crazy long guy. And that's how he fights. He's insanely long, and when he throws out the jab and he throws out the kicks, he looks even longer. He bounces on his toes. He cuts the cage off really well before planting and then throwing head kicks, body kicks, working from there. His takedown defense is solid because he does a good enough job. Who is that? What is happening?
Whoa, don't get distracted, Andy.
I am getting distracted. You're just holding things up.
Who is that?
You're holding things up to the screen.
Whoa, who's that?
Kiru's takedown defense is solid because he does a good enough job staying long and stretching you out so he can balance and defend. He doesn't have a ton of power. He's got some solid volume, and he uses his length really well to touch you up and then do damage. He's taking on Hoon Choi. He's a cautious striker with a wide stance and low hands. He can be a bit hittable, but is tough enough to survive. He works in takedowns well, but can struggle with control. His takedowns work for him because he's very hesitant on the feet. He almost lulls you into a false sense of comfort, and then he'll shoot a takedown out of nowhere. He's not particularly strong. He's not really fast. He's not powerful either, but he is tough. He's got cardio, and he can start to take over fights late. This is a road to the UFC tournament final, and I'll tell you right now, I'm loving a lot of the dogs in those tournament finals. I don't see why Choi is the favorite. He's a low-volume striker. He's got an occasional takedown or two. He bleeds with almost no contact whatsoever, just immediately cuts open, starts bleeding everywhere. I think Kiru's ability to do damage everywhere, to stay long, to be physically imposing, I think he can win this fight. And then, obviously, the judges' scorecards can be a little wonky here, but Kiru's going to be the pick. And I bet on him. I got him at plus 130. You picked and bet on Choi. Let's hear the breakdown.
I didn't. What? I don't know where this anger comes from, Angelo. I almost wish
laughing for no reason, did it?
I almost wish that at some point in your life you could experience the. I mean, it was sublime, to put it frankly, today of cheating.
Is this the
death.
bullshit Staples, dude? I had 30 stitches right here above my eyebrow. 30.
Love to
30.
See
You know how many 30 is? There's a scar. What picture?
I'd love to see a picture of proof.
It's hard to see. There's a freaking scar right here above my eyebrow.
Okay, well, here's my proof. I mean, here's my truth right here.
Okay.
Very easy.
I'll ask my mother. Mine was when I was 10.
My near-death experience, well, when you were 10, there was not even a camera available. I mean, look at it.
It was one of the, one of those, stood behind a curtain. Honestly, that was clever, and those staples took out your sense of humor, you gimp. Let's hear the breakdown. Gidget.
I don't know if we're going to get in trouble for those words or not. But
Gidget is a character from a TV show.
Sounds pretty harsh.
Okay, well, why don't we hear
What are you going to do about that screaming child?
I can't believe you hear that dog. Dude, every time Tiff's not home, I got to lock that stupid dog up.
Every time, let me get this straight. Every time your wife is not home, there is something screaming from the bedroom. Coming from the bedroom, correct?
Yeah, Scout the dog is locked in my bedroom.
Anytime your wife is not, I just want to lay this out. When the wife is not home, there is something that we don't know what it is screaming from your bedroom.
It's a dog. You know what it is. You've met the dog many times. And he's on all the vlogs
right
being
now.
very loud.
I hear muffled screaming. I don't know what that is. I can't confirm what that is. I have no idea what that is. I hope it's not. Honestly, I hope it is. Right? I hope it's not what I think it is. Right? I hope it is a dog, Angelo. That is honestly my hope. But I'm sitting here right now with the facts, lining up some stories, and things are a little bit weird. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I like Choi in this fight. I think he's just going to be in my and tell me if you agree with this breakdown, Angelo.
I disagree.
I might fucking break your jaw next time I see you.
Don't want to get the staples out of swords.
If this fight is cleaner. I feel like it favors Kiru. And if this fight gets a little bit squirrely up against the fence or some scrambles and it's a high-paced fight, I feel like that favors Choi. Do you agree with that?
Maybe. Kiru does a phenomenal job, even against the cage, defending takedowns. He's like squeezing in elbows, staying long. He does damage everywhere, and Choi bleeds constantly.
But
So I disagree. Sorry, we don't agree. So you're going to finish your breakdown, or you're going to pout that somebody who has been picking and betting better than you disagrees with you?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How did your lock of the week go last week?
Yeah. Because I don't have one, but the safety parlay.
Oh, so 0-0. Well, I was 1-0 last week.
So neither one of us lost. How about the week before?
How about, do you think that 7 in a row safety parlay, because 4 of those were plus money, do you think that closely compares to my 10 in a row streak for lock of the week?
No, nothing compares to that. That was an incredible streak.
But you're picking multiple people a week.
In 2022.
Right?
In 2022. That was impressive. Yes.
I'm literally trying to give you props right now. You're still like throwing me under the bus for no reason.
You were trying to give me props. You're trying to say your shit's better than mine.
No, I'm saying I think it's. I think the streak was a fucking. Sorry, I mean I was fucking literally was like I was comparing it to the 10 in a row because I said a few of those were still plus money, so technically those are fucking hard to hit. 5,000 Norwegian francs or whatever the fuck that is. Thoughts on? Looks really solid on tape.
He showed up late. He's showing up late. Wait, hold on. We'll come back to this, Philip. I promise you. This is $500 American. We will come back to this. Let's hold on. Let's close this out. Jacob and I are split on this pick. I picked and bet on Sahota. Jacob picked Choi. Not confident enough to bet. So I
honestly thought about it.
Should be an interesting fight. I didn't bet a ton. These are unknowns. UFC debuts. Can't go crazy.
For every bet you've ever made, Angelo.
Now, Philip Lundstrom, 5,000 knocks. That is $500 US, I believe, according to the switcheroo calculator.
The currency, huh? You're like, let me see how much am I going to talk about this fucking donation here.
It's 10 cents a dollar. It's 90 cents. I just went to Google, and Google has a conversion. Anyway. The question was, thoughts on Yam?
It's only $455. Get it off the screen. When you've got $500, come talk to me.
Jacob picked Yam. Jacob's very confident in him. Continued to show a picture of him with a horse and insisted he was an absolute dog. So Jacob loves the guy.
Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah, Yam. Yeah, the rest of his name is Nam Tudabadidabadal.
Honestly, I thought he was talking about like Tyson Nam and like just kind of...
No, he's talking about Nam Terminendal.
I get it now, man. You don't have to mansplain it to me. I'm here. I'm locked in.
Well, we appreciate you. That's the second week in a row you donated an insane amount of money. So thank you very, very much.
Viva Norway.
Philip Lundstrom.
Viva.